In Portugal, most of the beers that I brew, I can be arrested for that. I cannot brew smoothie sours, right? It's clear if you read the legislation. I cannot brew smoothie sours.
What do you mean? You can't
Because
brew?
we have a limit of the amount of fruit that we can use in a beer and call it beer.
Really?
And it's not 50% like I'm doing. I will not state the value, but it's way lower than that.
Holy shit. You
can-
outlaw.
Hello and welcome to Rivington Farm Trip, where we are here for the second inaugural speed dating sessions.
Last year we interviewed 10 breweries, so we thought we'd go one better this year, Chris, and interview 11.
Oh yes, we've been talking with breweries from all over the world, and we've even got them doing a bit of beer mat flipping courtesy of our sponsors at Mosaic Ballprint. But Paul, which brewery are we talking to today?
Today's brewery is... Daniel from Offusa Brewing. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you
How
so
are you,
much
my
for
friend?
having me. Oh good, oh good. Having so much fun. Beautiful festival you have here.
I mean, I don't know much about Offusa. In fact, I know nothing about Offusa, and I don't think many people in the UK will know much about Offusa. Tell us a bit about yourself, about your brewery. Where did it all start?
Well, it started 4 years ago almost now. I did homebrew for at least 9 years, and at some point in my life I started writing a business plan. In the beginning just for fun, just to see where it leads me.
Right.
At some point I end up writing that business plan. The business plan clearly said to me that it was a really bad plan to build a brewery in Portugal, but I went ahead with some restrictions and some really clear ideas that I had to do to make it work for Portugal and for my small business. My big issue in the beginning was I didn't know, and I still don't know, it continues to be a big issue for me if I want to grow to a stage where I have like 6 or 7 or 10 or 15 employees. I don't know if I want to go there. My big doubt was if it was financially viable.
Yeah.
I have a really small business, just me working there, outputting like 60 to 70 hectoliters per month.
Okay.
It was like doable. And if I earn some money, if I can pay a wage to me, if I can have some fun. And after 3.5 years, now I know it's possible. I just have to brew the right kind of beers with a little bit more margins. Play with some things like, imagine rarity.
Yeah.
If a product is rare, you can get a little bit more margin from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are some 3 or 4 things that I can do to make it possible.
So your brewery then, is it still just you?
It's still just me.
Okay, so you really are a micro.
Yeah, I'm still is, at
brewery.
least for
Yeah.
now. It's just me, and my wife gives me a gigantic help on brew days
Yep.
and packaging days. Packaging days are just impossible to do like a solo packaging days.
You're not the only problem having that problem. There's a couple
No.
of people here who are having exactly the same issue at the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now I know it's doable. I'm just having tons of fun brewing the styles that I really love to brew. And I feel that over the past 4 years, I have constructed a brand. I've built a brand that really works in this kind of weird system. It's not normal to have a really small brewery with just one stupid guy doing all the work.
Yeah, I mean,
Not in the UK though.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty standardised, really.
well, firstly, I really like how you've said initially that your original business plan, they looked at it and were like, nah, this won't work, and you just went ahead with it anyway. I mean, that for me, that's great. That's that pioneering spirit.
That's like you and ChatGPT every day.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
Because
but
one of
fuck
the-
that. Maybe I
One of
will.
the big things that I wanted to do is to add my own business. That was the main purpose, to be deadly honest with you. It was not brewing beer, it was having my own business.
Just
Oh,
to be your
okay.
own boss.
Yeah, now
So-
I'm 24, so like 5 years ago I was 44, sorry.
I was going to say you're not 24.
No, sorry, I'm 44 now. But when I was
that's
40,
like my age sometimes. Yeah.
I had like 20 years of working and answering for other people's responsibilities in Dalf, and I was a little bit tired of answering to.
So you say that, but why beer? What was the background in there? What made you just suddenly go towards beer?
It it is a weird story, so I'm gonna make it really short, a short version of it. Like a really good friend of mine, his girlfriend died in a parachute jump, so we,
Fine.
a group of friends from my hometown, just focused on that guy after that event. So we just joined like 10 people every fucking day. We went to his house,
Oh.
so he wasn't alone for that period of time. And in that period, it was like 6 or 7 months that we spent all the 10 of us together. After our jobs, we just connect each other in his house, and we start doing stupid stuff. We start brewing beer, we start brewing whiskey. We built our own way of brewing whiskey. It was just weird, but beer just kept it. It was a thing that kept us together. It was a big like mission for us. It really, so we start brew like 4, 5, 6 batches per month for 6 months, and from then on, from the initial group of 10 people, afterwards, when we stopped seeing that guy because he went away from the city, we kept brewing 4 of us. After 1 or 2 years, everyone was fucking tired of that shit, so I just kept going all by myself.
Fair
And I
play.
kept brewing myself for at least 6 years in my kitchen.
Yeah.
So when I reached to a point where I wanted to have my own business, brewing was, yeah, why not? At that point, I entered some competitions and stuff, and I won some gold medals and stuff like that. So fuck, probably I'm doing something right. Maybe I can brew some good beer in the future if I have like a professional brewery. And I started from there. And then when I really started businesses with other 2 partners, because I didn't have the whole money, so I got 2 partners that put some money in, and we started the businesses. The first beers that went to the market, they did really well in the national market, and we were like, okay, fucking hell, this is going. It was a saison, a milk stout, and a West Coast IPA, I think. And from there, yeah, in the beginning, I started to brew tons of styles, from doppelbocks to pilsners to
Right.
saisons. But at some point, after 1 year, I understood, okay, now if I want to go export, I have to specialize. I have to be one of the best brewing some few styles, but
Yeah.
being the best to brew those kinds of styles. So 4 years after, I completely specialized in West Coast and New England IPAs, smoothie sours, now cream stouts, and then a really small barrel aged
Cream stout.
The one you are brewing,
Yeah.
you are drinking.
Well,
Yeah.
Let's quickly talk about this, because I just had a really quick smell and a bit of a snifter. I've not had a good go at it yet. So tell us about this beer we're drinking here, Daniel. Go for
That
it.
one is a collaboration with Revenant from Kuopio, from Finland.
Okay.
Really good guys. They visited me in the beginning of the year. We met each other last year in 2024, if I remember correctly.
Oh,
It's a maple syrup barrel aged. So it's an ex-bourbon barrel. It's a Buffalo Trace, I think, barrel. And then maple syrup, and then this beer.
nice.
And it's a 16-month barrel-aged beer in that barrel. And then we had a pinch of maple syrup to uprate a little bit the residual sugars. And then some coconuts, cocoa nibs, and vanilla beans from Uganda. Yeah.
Very nice.
Sorry, I had to
That
jump
is-
out of frame there.
So
and
what's-
pass
what's-
it around
what's-
because I know there'd be people really wanting to try this. That is
What's the ABV on that?
14.
14.
wow.
It went into the barrel. We don't do ABV measurements, to be deadly honest. Probably I will be arrested for this, but we don't do that. But I have plenty of friends in the industry that really do the ABV
Yeah.
measurements, because they are big breweries. They have to, or they have the right equipments or
Yeah.
labs nearby. So from experience, I do believe that from a bourbon barrel or high whiskey barrel, that kind of barrel, you gain between 1 and 1.5% alcohol just from the barrel, from a barrel age like 12 to 16 to 24 months. And this beer entered the barrel with 13% alcohol, almost 13%, like 12.8. So I stated as a 14% ABV because I know
That seems
you'll
fair.
gain like
Yeah.
I love that though,
One.
because that's still keeping with the kind of craft, artisanal, kind of home made etiquette of what I love about craft beer, which is just throw stuff in. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
But,
it's
yeah,
fine. In Portugal, most of the beers that I brew, I can be arrested for that. I cannot be. I cannot brew smoothie sours, right? It's clear if you read the legislation. I cannot brew smoothie sours.
What do you mean? You can't
Because
brew?
we have a limit of the amount of fruit that we can use in a beer and call it beer. And
Really?
it's not 50% like I'm doing. I will not state the value, but it's way lower than that.
Holy shit! You
can-
outlaw.
Yeah, so we cannot brew smoothie sours. We cannot brew true sours like wild ales.
Why is
because
this?
of the amount of acetic acid we have in the beer, in the final product.
Why
So
is that?
People have two ways. They can not brew those kind of beer and go into with the legislation, or just
Jesus.
run into the risk. And guys,
So
trust me.
what's this legislation about? Why are they making this
It's
happen?
It's a good example of a not good legislation, not up to date legislation.
It's just they just left it, and it's
we can go
historic.
even further, and I can say to you, I don't know if it's true right now, but I was one of the first breweries. It is incredible, but 3.5 years ago, no one was putting beer on cans in Portugal. So
Wow.
I was one of the first breweries putting beers on cans.
Is
It's
that
ridiculous.
right?
3.5 years ago. It's not 10 years ago. It's 3.5 years ago. And when I start doing that, I choose the 44 centiliter format to package the beers, because at my eyes I was drinking UK and US stuff and European stuff, and 44 is a good standard format for IPAs and beers as a whole. So I choose that format. And at some point I received some emails stating me, Daniel, be careful, because it's not allowed. You are not allowed to use 44 centiliter cans.
That's
It's-
crazy.
Yeah, that's
Then I
nuts.
read about it, and it's true. We can use 25, we can use 33, we can use 50, but it's not allowed through legislation to use 44.
That's for a country that made fortified wine. That's a really weird thing to do. It doesn't marry up with the.
Yeah.
Typically, those legislations are probably like
Completely
they're
up-
probably protecting something.
Yeah,
else.
well, that protects import.
Other interests, and they are not up to
Yeah,
date.
Yeah.
I do believe that. I don't believe anyone.
It probably
will-
doesn't matter, really.
I receive inspections in my brewery 2 or 3 times per year.
Yeah.
They never. It's never a problem to have 44 to brew completely crazy smoothie sours or cream
Yeah.
sours. It's not their problem.
There's always old, ancient laws that seem to apparently slip through the net.
Like you can't cross London Bridge with a duck.
Yeah, or you can kill someone with a crossbow as long as it's at 1 minute past midnight on the 4th of October
It's very,
or
very
something.
specific,
That's fine.
So Portuguese. I was going to ask what is the Portuguese craft beer scene like, but I think you kind of alluded to the fact that perhaps it's not great.
It's not brilliant. I do not believe. I hope this Shan will not run in Portugal, but it's not great. To be really honest, that's my honest opinion about it. We have really nice craft breweries in Portugal.
Sure.
You probably know Dois Corvos or Musa. Or we have at least 5, 6, 7, not gigantic, but big enough
Doing well
professional
enough. Yeah.
craft breweries that find their focus, find their clients, and are doing well. Then we have 5 to 6 professional, really small breweries like my own. People that living 100% from the brewery. They are completely dedicated to it, but they are really small. And then you have tons of like hobby breweries, people that are doctors or nurses or whatever, but they have everything under like license. They have the right licensings to do that. So they brew beer on the weekends, and some of them do really amazing stuff, but they don't have the scale to export or to distribute over the country. It's like a local business for them, and they are not depending on the business.
Sure.
But that's it. It's not a brilliant market, but we have a small, really kind community of craft beer like geeks. We have some nice bars, but I really do feel in the past years that we've
going up.
reached the top, and now we are just
Oh, really?
we are starting
Almost
to.
feels like you've peaked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's
Well, I mean, you're doing your bit, obviously. So you guys came up recently because on our Patreon sites we asked which brewers should we be talking to at Rudy Farm Trip, and you got a vote. I never heard of your brewery, by the way.
No.
But we got some friends of ours who are insanely mad on big stout.
Okay.
Huge barrel aged in and they said you got to speak to our user. want to see what that guy's about. So your name's out there. So what are you doing, man? So how have you come into the UK? Is your stuff readily available here, or are you just slowly infiltrating the UK craft beer scene?
So our production is really small, but because of that, it is an advantage to us. So the demand is way bigger than the offer that we have right now. So we can really do select the export. We are exporting almost 85 to 80, between 80 to 85% of what we do.
Okay.
We have a web shop in Portugal that's really working for us in terms of we don't have a tap room, so it's our direct connection to the end customer in Portugal and Spain. And then we work only with 6 craft beer bars in Portugal, 3 in Porto, 3 in Lisbon, and then we do exports. Exports is our thing. And because the demand is way higher than the offer, nowadays we can really choose who to export and what kind of products we put in each country. So I will never bring IPA to the UK. Does make sense. For you guys, I do export cream stouts, barrel-aged imperial stouts, and smoothie sours.
Yeah.
It's what makes sense. But yeah, it started. My relationship with Distant Lands is our importer for the UK. Distant Lands, Ed and Sam.
Yeah,
They're everywhere. Yeah.
Just
Bringing
started
everyone in
the
at the moment.
relationship in the beginning of the year, but we are doing great in my opinion in years. So the feedback we get from the clients were amazing. We are one of the new products for us is the cream sauce. I don't know if you
So I was actually going to ask
Yeah.
about that, because that's a style which I think back in December we did a live stream, and Damien was on the live stream. Damien from Emperors.
Yeah.
So you might have bumped into him while you've been around the festival. And I was saying to him, like, you get like a brewery over in America, like Adroit Theory and
Exactly.
stuff, who do like these ridiculous, like
Creams.
cream stouts they look like a McDonald's milkshake.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not something that anyone's really done over here. And still to this day, I can't think of an English brewery or a British brewery that has done it. We import from Elm 11 in Sweden. They do some. Obviously, you guys do some. I mean,
do believe in Europe. So the inspiration was Adroit Theory. They start doing that at least like for 2 years, I think. But I don't believe they do like cans or kegs of it and ship it. They just do for their own.
those are
tap-
crowlers, isn't
so
it?
they
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
completely nuts. They can put everything in it because they are controlling it.
Yes.
On their tap room, they can put things that we cannot put because
Yeah.
it will re-ferment or it will go bad, like tart beds, kind of stuff. So we have to be a little bit more careful because I don't have a tap room and I want that kind of product to export. So it has to be the shelf life is very important. The stability is very important. It has to be completely stable because from the moment you are exporting a product, you know, even if in the can you will say always keep refrigerated, you know, no one will keep
No one does,
refrigerated. So the product should have really good shelf life and should be really stable. So I think in Europe, some brands have done, like Spanish brands and Swedish brands and whatever, have done like 1 or 2 kegs to bring to some festivals. But I do believe Elm 11 and us are the only ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true, but the only ones putting on cans and exporting big volumes of it.
Do you pasteurize?
I do not. Elm 11 does. We do.
Yeah. Because we were chatting with Azvex earlier. Azvex are probably one of the only breweries in this country that I would say are making smoothie sours that are so thick and sludgy that it's like their American counterparts, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But they said that the only way that they can do that and keep that shelf stable and quality controlled is they have to pasteurize.
Correct.
Otherwise, you do get the secondary
Yeah.
fermentation and all that sort of stuff.
Sorry, Azvex, but that's not true.
Really? Been a drama.
I'm a good
Fantastic.
I'm a good example for that. Right? I don't have a pasteurization procedure or equipment with me, and I don't have anyone nearby me that pasteurizes beer for me. Like Rivington don't have a way to pasteurize in here, but they have some neighbors that can pasteurize product.
Yeah.
So they do pasteurize. I do believe so. The smoothie sours they do, but I don't have that. So I had to find a way to keep my beer stable without a pasteurization procedure. So it's a different procedure. If you want to talk a little bit about that.
No, fantastic. No, that's
But
great.
it's-
I mean,
I think in Azvex's defense, what Jack was saying is they do it so they can control the outcome as opposed to they don't have to do it. It's just
Yes.
they do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
because they limit the risk
Yeah.
factor.
Yeah, because like smoothie sours got a really bad reputation from like 2021 onwards because
They're exploding.
they exploded. Yeah.
There are ways to brew smoothie sours without really pasteurizing, like pasteurization classic procedures.
Yeah.
What I'm doing, to be honest, like in a really, I will try to keep it really short, but I'm brewing a Berliner Weiss. I'm cleaning
nice.
the Berliner Weiss. So the base beer for every smoothie sour is a Berliner Weiss. We brew like a 10% Berliner Weiss with a 3.6, 3.5 pH. I do like a 2-week maturation process, so I really invest in time, like a high pressure, really low temperature, and great period of time to drop the yeasts out. Then I bring some samples to my lab and try to reach to a sweet point where I know, okay, I'm okay with this amount of viable yeast in the beer.
Yeah.
I take the clean part of the beer, I take it to another fermenter, I blend it with fruit, and then I had 2 chemicals, metabisulfite potassium and sorbate potassium. So metabisulfite potassium is like an antioxidant and antibacteriological stuff.
Yeah.
And then a potassium sorbate, it doesn't kill yeast, but it prevents yeast from having new generations.
Oh,
You can
okay.
have some yeast cells,
So
but
so
they
yeah,
will not
it
have
doesn't do
new
the
generations
pasteurization
of
where it
yeast.
kills the
but
yeast.
for this
Yeah,
to
yeah.
work, you have to really clean the beer before, so you have really low amount of mother cells. And when you put the fruits, you have to input a really big amount of fruits, because if you go 20% fruits, my smoothies are 50% fruit and 50% beer. So it's a really gigantic amount of
Wow.
sugars from the fruit, fructose. So when that really low quantity of yeast cells see that great amount of sugars, they try to input the sugars, they lose the water and they die. It's called osmotic choke.
Yeah.
So these 3 factors, cleaning the yeast, some chemicals and osmotic shock, it can get some smoothies stable like my own without pasteurization.
Well, I mean, you can have that one for free.
That is so interesting. Honestly, that's great. I was enthralled with that.
Jesus.
Deal.
I mean,
It's the same exact procedure I use for the cream stouts. The cream stouts, basically, it's like a smoothie sour, but instead of a Berliner Weiss with fruit, I'm using an imperial stout as a base, and I'm using adjuvants as instead of fruit. So
Yeah.
coconut cream, hazelnut cream, whipping cream, condensed milk,
Yeah.
whatever. That's why.
have you
I
brought
don't-
any of those along with
I
you?
don't. No. Because it's summer. I only brew them. I will
No, fair enough.
release
Yeah,
2
yeah,
of them now, and these plants probably will get them. So in 1.5 months or something, it will be 2 or 3 new releases of cream stouts from us.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
But-
good stuff.
Look, that was absolutely brilliant. I'm just, again, really conscious of time.
Mindful of
here.
time, yeah.
However, because you were so brilliant in that scientific explanation, we thought we'd carry on the highbrow conversation and move to beer mat flipping.
Oh, well, we'll win
So,
this shit.
yeah. So our sponsors, Mosaic Board Printers,
Beer mats for your bar.
finest printers of beer mats.
They've made us these bad boys.
made us
that are
these.
promoting a podcast that we've got coming up.
Now, Daniel, how are you on your beer mat flipping skills?
It's the first time. But
Oh, is
I
it?
will
So-
win this because I'm really competitive. So
So this
What do we
this,
want?
this isn't a thing in Portugal then.
no, it's not. I've
Okay,
heard
so
about it.
that Portugal and Canada do not do.
Yeah,
No.
Beer mat
this is
flipping.
something in common with Canada. They don't do it either, and it's baffling, really, because I was doing this when I was 3.
Yeah.
Right, so the rules of beer mat flipping, Daniel, is you have to use the back of your hand. You have to rotate them 1 rotation, and you have to catch them before they touch the table. Anything that isn't that doesn't
It's a
count.
lose. Okay.
Yeah, if you drop any, you're out. If you hit the table, you're out. However, you get 2 free goes because you're new to this, so you can have a practice.
Can I reallocate?
You
this?
can do whatever you need to do. I will. I'm trying to do this. I'm really serious.
Really serious.
I will give you a tip. Don't hit it. Push it.
Push it.
Push.
Okay.
Push quickly. But if
Okay.
you hit it, that is
Let's
gonna
go.
everywhere.
Beer away
Let's go.
because it can be a drama. Can I?
Go.
Whenever you're ready. It's a test.
Really feeling. It's a tester.
Yep. You don't need any more testing. Now, that's 10.
What?
That's 10.
Oh, I
You-
have to
you-
do for all of them?
No, you can choose a number now.
Okay.
Typically, we were going to say multiples of 10, so 20, 30, 40.
Okay.
However, because everyone's so bad at it, you could choose any number over 10. But if you want to go double, triple, quadruple,
Now I'm not understanding. What should
just pick a number over 10.
20?
There you go. That makes it nice and easy.
You ready?
Okay.
Portugal's pride is on you here.
Okay, now this is way too much. Okay.
Keep your thumb open when you push. Otherwise you'll hit it with your thumb. Come on.
Feel like Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, scoring a penalty.
So for those just listening and not watching, we just got a 20.
That you are now top of the leaderboard.
Shit
I'm
leaders.
good at this shit, right? Now I'm feeling
Now,
really good.
now,
Probably I
if
will
this
keep
was a
brewing.
professional
Go for
tournament,
30. Go for
that did
30.
actually hit the table. I saw it hit the table,
Okay.
Go for 30.
but it's okay. I'm going to let you off that because you're new to it, and that was
Oh,
the best.
the whole
Try
package
30.
cannot hit the
It
table
just
again.
brushed the table.
Okay, now I got it. Okay,
Try
Do you want
30.
another go?
of course.
I'm 30.
Start with 30. Brilliant.
Fucking.
I can't believe you're saying that.
This is really fun.
Technically, it gets
When you
easier the
guys
more there are.
play this at home with your
Oh,
parents?
man. No, we just play this in a pub. Yeah.
I know you bought a
No,
big
no one
box.
likes it when you do it because they need to clean up beer mats.
Oh,
But-
this is way too
Yeah.
much.
You can do this. I've got faith in you.
But it touched the table. It touched
Yeah, but I
the
think it
table
was
again.
afterwards. You caught it and then it hit.
Just simply because you're new to it, you've absolutely smashed it.
I'm better than the Canadian guys.
They were
They
yes,
just-
terrible.
they're
Terrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrible they were.
Dude, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
up.
That was so much fun.
Really appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much
We'll
for having
be
me.
swinging by to drink more of your.
Yeah, please do,
delicious
please do,
Delicious
please
beer.
do.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Thank you very
so
much.
much for having me.
Lovely to meet you.
Great chats.
The Rivington Farm Trip speed dating sessions are produced by Planet Beer TV, with filming and audio recording by Luke Bartlett, with a special thanks to Hal Cockcroft for supplying the drone footage. A huge thanks to the breweries for giving up their time to speak to us, Ben and the team at Rivington for having us, and Mosaic Bold Print for sponsoring the series.